Hey CDA Miami, I'm Natalie and I'm here with Lizzie.
Hi everyone.
And Lizzie and I are both parents, and I think that Lizzie can agree with me that as parents, our kids really keep us on our toes, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Lizzie, why don't you tell us a story of maybe a scary moment that you had with one of your kids?
Oh my gosh, I have the best one. So just the other day, I was taking a shower, normal. Parents take showers as well. And my son is playing in the other room. He's playing with I didn't know at the time, with the air fresheners plug-ins, and he was making a trap with a metal rope. And all of a sudden the lights go out. I step out of the shower because I hear like a loud bang. My son comes in running in, Mama! I step out and I'm dripping wet. The plug-in is on fire and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I call my husband, you need to help me. I can't touch it. I'm wet. It was just chaotic. Thankfully, no one got hurt. My son just got a really big scare and now he knows not to play with the plug-ins or anything connected to the wall.
Those darn outlets. Definitely a scary moment. Sounds like a failed science project, but definitely a scary moment. And I think that as parents, there's quite a few scary moments that we have in our lives, but more importantly, this culture that we're living in, I feel like raising a family in this culture could be really scary. Would you agree with me?
Oh, most definitely. Culture is scarier than any outlet in any house.
Definitely. And so on Wednesdays, we've been focusing on families. And most recently, the first Wednesday of the month, we had a panel of educators who are not just out there teaching our children, but they're also involved in our church ministries. Some of them are involved in the kids ministry, some of them are involved in our youth ministry, and they were talking about the struggles that they've been facing as educators in this culture. What would you say, Lizzie, is one of the greatest takeaways that you took from that Wednesday service?
Well, it was really eye-opening, but also it was comforting to know that I have them as part of my tribe, that I can count on them as helpers to raise my children and help me guide my children in the ways of the Lord, which is what I'm striving for.
Absolutely. And by the way, if you haven't attended any of our Wednesday services, I really want to encourage you to come out to them. They start at 8 p.m. and they have just been absolutely of a blessing in my life, and as Lizzie just shared, a blessing in hers. But with that, I also wanted to talk about how they were they honed in on the idea of identity, how much there's like an identity crisis, that we see so much depression, anxiety. There was a lot of touch on social media, but one of the things they really focused on was the importance of children finding their identity in Christ. And then I thought to myself, what better place for our children to be able to develop and understand their identity in Christ than at church?
Of course, and that's where I go to receive and grow spiritually. On Saturdays, I get to go and enjoy the service, while my kids have their own service, the children's ministry, where they get to develop and enjoy and grow spiritually, find their identity in Christ.
It's a great thing, which by the way,
it's amazing.
Because of our weekend services on Saturdays at 7 p.m., we do have CDA Kids that meets. And like Lizzie was talking about, we have amazing teachers, amazing volunteers, that this is what they're dedicated to. They spend their weeks preparing for that moment to be able to invest in our children. They do everything from praise and worship to games. They learn biblical history and stories. So I want to encourage you all to come to our 7 p.m. service on Saturday if you have small children, so they too can help discover and identify themselves within Christ. And so anyways, with that, I really want to thank you for spending some time with me here today. In the end, one thing is very clear. As parents, we need to partner with a community of people in order to be successful in helping our kids get to that end goal, right? And what's that end goal? What is the end goal that we have for our children?
For them to grow spiritually in Christ and mature as we have matured in Christ, which is the ultimate goal.
Absolutely. So I want to encourage you guys, if this is a goal that you have for you and your family as well, come out to any of our services during the weekend, but especially the Wednesdays that we're now focusing on families. You really don't want to miss it. It's an absolute blessing. We hope to see you there.
Bye.